Okay, perfect. So thank you everybody for joining. This is our Trinont info session. So we are going to talk about products, a little bit about the entire product line, and we are going to talk about the opportunity. And so my name is Gina Della. I am Vice President of Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Some of you might recognize my irritating voice. I am the voice of Pella. I am the face of Pella. And a few more months of Transform, I will be the body of Pella. That's supposed to be funny. Okay. I've been with Trinont since the middle of February, and I was introduced to it from Sonara Brown. And I got into this because of some health issues in December just of last year. I was diagnosed with a precancerous condition of my esophagus. That was a result of actually being allergic to eggs, and it didn't present in a normal way. And then we have colon cancer in our family. So I have had, since 25 years old, had to get regular colonoscopies, and had a bad colonoscopy in December. Last December was not a good month for this 58-year-old, and was told I was a candidate for a colostomy. So digest that for a second. And that's how I got into appreciating the quality of these products. So that's me. Maybe Jarvis, would you like to go next?
Sure. I'm Jarvis Racine. I'm the Vice President of Strategic Partnerships for Herzing University. We're a private nonprofit university based in Wisconsin, but we have campuses all over the country. And I'm here in Austin because we're looking at opportunities here in Texas. And I'm meeting with the governor's office tomorrow and all sorts of fun stuff. So lots of good stuff happening on the Herzing front. And I was introduced to these great products from Gina Della, who continues to haunt me to this day. Every time I turn the radio on, I hear her voice, and I hear her messages calling me for 3 months in a row saying, would you please take a look at these products? Because I know how much you love the supplement industry and how much you talk about health, and these are just made for you. And I finally gave in, and here I am. I started at the end of July, so just in a couple of months in now.
Anne Louise.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ann Kalwertz. Also, I was introduced to Trinont by Gina. She just asked me to try the products, and I did. I tried Glow and Enrich. And I realized right away that there's a reason why these are called impact products, because I had immediate results. And I want to say immediate for me was 2.5 weeks with both those products. Incredible. And then I was so intrigued by that, I started researching the products, researching the company, and I got to know some of the team, because I got to accompany Gina to a trip to Puerto Vallarta that she won in record time with Trinont. And once you put all those things together, this becomes incredible. It became a new purpose in my life. So, and then it snowballs from there. When your families and friends see what's happening to you and it happens to them, there's no going back.
Beautiful. Lisa.
Hi, my name is Lisa Shimon, and I also came to Trinont from Gina. We have known each other for many, many years. So I am in my regular full-time job. I am in the nutraceutical industry. I work with brands and manufacturers, and I sell ingredients. It took me about 3 weeks of looking at these products, looking at their ingredients, and I came to realize that the formulations and the ingredients were completely set apart. These were really formulations I had never seen. And they did things that I knew that most of the brands I worked with offering similar products that their products did not do. And so that is why I said yes, and haven't looked back. And I actually just keep gaining more and more passion for the product line, because they are truly set apart. I promise you that they are truly set apart.
Thank you. I am going to share my screen and go into my slideshow. And so we are all going to take different parts of this to keep you all engaged. I am super excited. Here is our North America. Literally, we've created these slides because for North America, we are in 5 countries. And this sounds so corny to me in the beginning, but having met our founders, this is truly their mission, is to impact 1 billion lives for the good in the first 30 years. And that is because they knew about Transform. And when we start to talk to you about that, you will understand it's going to impact far more than 1 billion lives. These are our 3 founders. Trinant started 10 years ago. These 3 gentlemen are all financial experts. And so they partnered with each other in a wealth management company, Trinant Wealth Management, and obviously governed by the FDIC, you know, all the rules. But 3 years into their partnership, they decided to also do a sister company in the health and wellness industry. So I always say, like Ann's husband, John Callowitz, my boss, those of you might have heard of Verhalen, and it's like, what is that? Well, there's Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, but John owns Verhalen, which is acoustical ceilings and drywall. So they're 2 completely different companies owned by the same person. Same thing. So 7 years ago, they decided to get into the health and wellness space and committed to us many things. They wanted to do it because they had helped so many people wealth-wise, including themselves. But what difference does it make if you don't have your health? And you will hear me pause all the time at this point, especially being 58 and hearing colostomy last December and cancer. And I want you to think about, if you know a parent, a grandparent, yourself, a spouse, a friend, a sister, a brother, whoever it is that has a serious health condition, what would you give to trade and get that, your health instead, or their health? And that's what they wanted to do. So they created this supplement line. It is very small. It's only 30 products that work very synergistically with each other, which we're all going to share and talk about. And they committed to clean. They made us all sorts of promises that they have kept, that no matter where you buy your supplements now, whether it's GNC, Whole Foods, the grocery store, Target, Costco, that whatever label is on the current products you're taking, you will be able to compare to our Trinant products, and we will be cleaner. We will have proprietary formulas, and that formula and those ingredients will outperform what the nutrition label is of these other products. We have 3 pillars. We are committed to the wealth side of it. We obviously the health side of it, and then community. So one of the things when Ann and I earned that trip right off the bat, didn't even know we earned a trip, our very first day there, we all as a group got together, including the 3 owners, and we were on the beach for 3 hours cleaning the beach. We were in Las Vegas just a few weeks ago, and the commitment there was we all donated school supplies. Everywhere they go, everywhere we are, they do have a commitment to the community. It's quite wonderful. Here is our commitment to product quality. First of all, we're cruelty-free, we're gluten-free, we're vegetarian-friendly. We do have our collagen, we will talk about that, is obviously got protein in it, which we will share that. But the majority of our products are raw, whole foods. And we have different bundles that meet your different specific needs. Again, these are all proprietary formulas, the finest, most premium ingredients from all over the world, which it's such a privilege to have Lisa Shimon on our team. She is an ingredient expert in the nutraceutical space. And then her mentor, who's got 30 years in the business, is also on our team. So we're very fortunate. Our products are all independent. We have independent labs testing, and we have subjected ourselves to CGMP testing, which is the highest certification a supplement can be certified with. So one of the most common questions we get is, are you FDA approved? Whether you are buying from another direct sales company, Target, Whole Foods, GNC, there's no such thing. Supplements are not a food or a drug. Only medications can be FDA approved. But I do like to take this moment to say Twinkies are FDA approved, Doritos are, and cigarettes. So just think about that. We have tens of thousands of success stories. So you can see on the bottom here, if you go look up a Facebook group called The Ripple Effect, Transform Your Health. I would write that down. The Ripple Effect, Transform Your Health. There are over 90,000 members. That is a non-Trinont sponsored Facebook group. And I don't care what you put in the magnifying glass once you go on that site, whether it's migraine, breast cancer, infertility, IBS, thinning hair, low energy, depression, you name it, psoriasis, whatever you can think of, you can put in that magnifying glass, and you will see tens of thousands of people talking about what they took, what combination of our products, because they do all work synergistically, and amazing before and after pictures. This is that transparency promise I was talking about, our commitment to clean. All of our products are gluten-free, whey-free, soy-free, paraben-free, artificial colors. All the flavors are fruits and vegetables. It's all plant-based except for our collagen. Even our packaging is all biodegradable. So literally the FDA does not require you put all the ingredients on your nutrition label. If it is less, it's 1% or less, you don't have to put it on there. You Google how many ingredients are in a Twinkie that is less than, that represents 1% or less. There's numerous. It could be, I love how Ann always says it could be sawdust. We do not know. They don't have to put in there. So we have a commitment to our transparency promise, literally to the last drop of water. You know every single thing in our products. We have 5 lines of products with these 30. The first is our core line, which we're going to just teach you a little bit about each line, okay? Beauty, stamina, CBD, and personal care, which is our oral care line. And I am going to pass this over to Jarvis. He is going to start us off.
I unmute myself because I was hearing all sorts of sirens in the background here in Austin. So thank you for the great overview, Gina. Obviously, you all can see that we're very serious about the quality of the products that we deliver, and we spend a lot of time researching the products that we develop. We have a healthcare advisory board as well, these group of scientists who actually advise us on, I said healthcare, didn't I? I meant a vitamin and supplement advisory board who help us review products, help us create products and develop products, and assure that we're coming up with the most creative and effective products that are out there today. And the reason I share that is because we are one of the very first to come to market with this amazing new product called Transform. We have really sort of shaken the industry up with the idea of changing sugar that everybody digests day in and day out into fiber. And that concept of changing sugar to fiber is one that we can all kind of sit back and think about for a second. And think about today, how many people suffer day in and day out with weight, with inconsistent sugar levels, and the effect that that has throughout everything that we do in our society today. I mean, I just was on the airplane flying down here, and when you look around a little bit and you see the amount of obesity that exists today, you see the amount of people who are just struggling day in and day out with their health, and you think about the power that something like this product has. Is absolutely amazing, and it just kind of sits you back on your heels for a second and really makes you think about how the work that this organization has done to researching and coming up with amazing products really is. And I'm really excited to be able to talk to you briefly about this product. Transform, as I mentioned, is a sugar to fiber product. Really quickly, if I can get geeky for a second, which I love to do, Lisa and I can geek out for a long time on product conversations. But what basically happens is when you eat anything that is carbohydrate, sugar-based, even proteins and other products, they all have sucrose in them. And what happens in this product is this glucose converting enzyme basically separates out sucrose into two pieces, into two enzymes, if you will. One is glucose and the other is fructose. The fructose part of that actually gets absorbed by your body, which is great because you want that energy and the positive effects of that glucose. The second part of this is actually what is considered to be an alpha glucan, which is it's like a long molecule, if you will. And these molecules actually connect together, and when they connect together, they actually create fiber. And we all know we need fiber into our diet, right? Like day in and day out, everybody's taking all sorts of psyllium husk and all sorts of other great products to increase our fiber. Well, this naturally takes that sugar and that sucrose and converts a bunch of it to actually fiber. And then your body then does a great job in digesting that fiber. It has great prebiotic benefits. So it feeds and supports a healthy bacteria in the gut, which is part of our overall product line itself. Really, gut health is at the core of almost every single product that we offer today. And this product, again, helps in that perspective as well. It is just an absolute brilliant approach. It also includes a amazing thermogenic. And I don't know if you guys remember thermogenics. Remember the days of going to Walmart or Walgreens and looking for those fat burners, right? I think I had a shelf of 5 or 6 of them of different brands that I would get, right? I was trying to drop that weight, and I would take one of them and I would shake, and I'd be like, oh, my heart would be racing, and I'm like, oh my God, what is this stuff, right? So that's in essence a thermogenic. But what we've done is we've used this Grains of Paradise thermogenic, which really is an all natural thermogenic that really does a great job of utilizing fat reserves in your system to derive energy. And that, I think, is really important. And we do it at a dose that doesn't give you those jitters. I'm hypersensitive to thermogenics, and I have not once felt any sort of rush or heart palpitations personally. I can only speak for my own self. And it has just been an amazing product. And I will tell you that using this product for what now, Gina? We started it at TLA that night when we got our products. We all had our first little pills of them, right? And we were just like, okay, take our pill tonight as we have dinner. That's about 3 weeks ago, maybe now, something like that. The weight for me continues to come off. My energy level is amazing. My clarity is phenomenal. And personally, my results have been just really impressive, and I've been really excited about what we're seeing and what I'm seeing with Transform. So just an amazing product. We actually sold out of the product when it first hit the market with, I think it was $1.3 million in sales and sold out in under 2 hours. It's just absolutely amazing. New product of this is coming regularly. It's just been amazing. So join the sugar to fiber revolution and learn more about this amazing product. So that's the Transform overview, Gina.
Yeah, I always say those of you who know people that wear that glucose monitor for that specific ailment, there's 100 million Americans. We're not allowed to say what it is. This might be hugely helpful.
Yeah.
Our Lisa is going to, you know what? This is what I always tell everyone. Lisa and Jarvis, if any of you have watched The Big Bang Theory, Lisa and Jarvis are Sheldon. Gina is Penny. So, you definitely can be Penny and do this because I've been very successful, but they know they are so into it. We will learn so much. So I'm super excited for Lisa to teach us about Enrich. And I'm just Anna.
And I'm gonna say this because my oldest daughter really is a Sheldon, and she laughed when I told her that you call me that. She goes, "No, Mom, you're really a Penny." And I said, "I know that." So I am a Sheldon because of Michelle, who really trained me in the ingredient industry. So this is Enrich. Literally, personally, it changed my gut in 5 days. I was out to dinner with a friend and I like ate a third of my meal, and I was driving home and I realized, it literally changed my gut in 5 days. No bloating, no gas, I could eat foods that I really couldn't eat. I'd stayed away from dairy. As women age, we really become intolerant to foods that we could eat when we were younger. So when I tell you that this changed my gut, it changed my gut. And I promise you, since I'm in this industry, I have tried many, many, many brands. So the thing about Enrich is that it has 11 digestive enzymes. The closest one that I have ever found had 8. There are 4 that break down gluten and protein, 3 that break down your carbs, 3 that break down fiber, and 2 that break down dairy and fat in the foods that you eat. It has a shelf-stable probiotic and prebiotic. And the prebiotic and this all comes from a food blend. And the food blends, the extracts from those food blends actually reduce inflammation in your gut or your digestive tract, and it actually soothes your digestive tract. So that is why, like, you're going to experience really pain-free. I can honestly tell you this, my youngest daughter has PCOS. She's had gut issues her whole life. She was on this and the liquid collagen, and in 3 days, literally, we watched her stomach deflate. I don't know any other way to put it. We watched her stomach go down. It was pretty amazing. So there's 3 minerals. It really is a phenomenal gut health. And I want to say this because being in the industry, 70 to 80% of your immune health happens through your gut. And post-COVID, I think the one thing that people became very hyper aware of during COVID was their immune system and their immune health. There's so many things that fight against it: a leaky gut, obesity, just being overweight, insulin resistant. All those things are going to attack your immune system. This works to balance that out and balance your gut. Again, 70 to 80% of your immune health comes from your gut. That's
So
Enrich.
I'm going to show you with a snack pack pudding what it actually does for you. So this would be a steak. This would be your FDA approved Twinkie. I am going to put one of the digestive enzymes in this, and once we're 25, we don't produce digestive enzymes. We don't talk about digestive enzymes. So that is why we have so much heartburn. That is why we have acid reflux. That is why we have IBS. You don't hear kids having these issues. The job of your digestive enzymes, part of the job is so that it breaks down the protein, the fat, and the carb in what you're eating. And it allows you to absorb the nutrients, like Lisa said. So I'm stirring. We all know what a snack pack pudding is. By the way, this expires in October of 2024. It's FDA approved.
Hey,
So-
Gina, while you're doing that really quickly, can I just share a personal story on this product? Because I had my gallbladder taken out a few years ago, and ever since my gallbladder was gone, I discovered that I am unable to eat eggs. And I have a little farm, and I have fresh eggs that grow on my farm every day. One of the most frustrating things that I dealt with was not being able to eat eggs. And since taking Enrich and utilizing the product, I can actually eat eggs again without any sort of effect in my system, which is absolutely amazing. You can't imagine how happy I am to be able to eat eggs again, and the freshest eggs for my chickens that I can go out in the morning and grab, which is just makes my life super happy. So it truly is absolutely incredible what it will do for your gut health and for your body that can't necessarily break down the proteins for whatever reason. It just does a tremendous job of that. All right, back to you, Gina.
Yeah, I mean, one thing we told you to, at the beginning, write down the ripple effect, transform your health. Your gut is your second brain. So even skin conditions, look up psoriasis, rosacea, eczema. This has been exponential in helping people with that. But this is what that digestive enzyme does to your food. And you all know what that was originally, was our snack pack pudding. So this does not make you run to the bathroom by any means, but it now, your food is no longer sitting in your gut. I want you at whatever time it is, 7:30, to think, what have you eaten so far today? Your food sits in your gut for 12 to 14 days. We can't say we treat, heal, or cure because it's a supplement. I always eye roll on that because I'll eye roll. But think about all that sitting in your gut for 12 to 14 days, chemicals, preservatives. That's all I'm saying.
I just, Gina, I want to add this in before I forget. I just want to add, even though supplements are not FDA approved, the facilities where they're manufactured have to be FDA approved for certification, for certain certifications, HACCP, and you guys, most people would not understand that, or GMP. Trinant's facility where we manufacture most of our products except for the liquid collagen, and that facility is also, they're CGMP certified, which is an FDA regulated certification. So it isn't that the FDA is completely hands off. They monitor the manufacturing of these products.
Thank you. And Anne is going to talk about our liquid collagen.
Did you pour that? Did I miss you pouring it into the thing? Did I miss that whole thing? How did I miss that? Oh my God, what happened? I looked away for 1 second and I missed like the cool thing of that crazy liquid being poured in. Isn't that just the craziest thing? Sorry. All right. On to Anne. Sorry, Anne.
She did it. I'm a witness.
I know, I totally missed it. I don't know how I missed it. It's crazy.
Yeah, so what I'm going to be talking about is this incredible glow collagen. So this, I don't even know what Trinant would be without this. So many things, but this makes it absolutely incredible. So collagen is the structural protein in our bodies. It helps us support healthy bones, muscles, organs. And I always thought that we could get all the food that we needed. Is if we ate correctly, we could get the food we needed to be healthy for the rest of our lives. But the truth is, starting at the age of 25, 30 years old, our bodies are reduced in the ability to make certain things. And one of them is to produce our own collagen. So this collagen is a type 1, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but I'm going to tell you first what it does. It helps joints, ligaments, connective tissue. It helps skin, helps reduce wrinkles. It can assist in reducing fatty liver, lower blood sugar, blood glucose levels. And you hear some of these things repeated, right? Immune function. It can promote wound and scar healing, better sleep at night, even incontinence. So what I want to tell you is this is a medical grade formula, which is used in over 1,700 hospitals across the country. And I will tell you that hospitals do not use powdered collagen. And the reason that is because collagen is meant to be absorbed, not digested. A powder is digested first, and then you absorb some, which you are probably getting, if we're lucky, 20% from a powdered collagen. We get 90 to 100% of the Trinant's Glow absorption for the collagen. It is a type 1, and there are different types of collagen in our system. But when we have ample type 1 collagen in our bodies have the ability in different ways to make all the different collagens that it needs. So when you go to the store and you see different collagens, they'll say we have type 1, 3, 7, whatever, all the different kinds. You don't need that if you have type 1 ample in your body. There are 11 grams of collagen peptides. This means that the collagen protein is broken down into little small chains, which makes it more absorbable. It has 45 micrograms of biotin. This is the clinical dose for dermatology for hair, skin, and nails. It breaks down carbs, fats, sugars, and proteins in the stomach. It has hyaluronic acid, which promotes plumping and supple skin. When I took it, I thought, hey, wouldn't that be great if I could have a few less wrinkles? And I'll tell you a personal story that the impact that it had on me was that wasn't the first thing I noticed. The first thing I noticed after 2.5 weeks was that my joint pain had completely disappeared. Everybody's a little bit different. But I had hip pain, shoulder pain, all kinds of joint pain. And since I started taking collagen in February and March, I've not had that pain return since. It has L-citrulline, which is an amino acid that boosts nitric oxide, and that helps blood flow. So you can see how all these different things keep coming back. You'll hear the things repeated in all these different products because everything works synergistically. And here, this is again, you're going to hear this one more time with this collagen. 70 to 80% of our immune system comes from our gut. So how important is our gut health? Collagen helps with that because the protein in collagen, there are 10 grams of protein, probably more than almost any collagen out there, if not any. And the digestive tract helps. We need protein in our digestive tract to prevent leaky gut. So Lisa was just giving me a little lesson on this yesterday. This is something that I did not know, that how you seal your gut is by ample protein in your system. So this is from bovine grass-fed cows. So this is why this is one of the products that is not vegan, because type 1 collagen has to come from an animal source. So an incredible, incredible product. Those of us who take it, I'm guessing we will never, ever, ever be without it. I don't know that I've heard anyone say, I don't feel anything. It's an impact product because almost every single person has some story behind the liquid collagen and how it's helped them.
Renew. Jarvis.
Thanks.
Oh, Ann, are you doing?
Ann is doing Renew. I'm like, I can talk about my favorite product. I have no problem talking about Renew.
I apologize. Ann's one of her favorite. I forgot. Sorry, Ann.
No, that's okay. Well, Jarvis, you can jump in at any time because this is an incredible product. And I actually think that you know quite a bit more about it than I do. So Renew is the best way to boost our overall well-being is to start at your body's core, right? At your cellular level. One thing I learned about Renew is, in studying this, is that there are 38 trillion cells in our body. So clearly, when they function better, we function better. And as we age, various stressors, such as pollution, diet, injury, can weaken our cells, affecting our overall health. So Renew works to combat the effects of aging, the process, by protecting our cells. So it is actually a vitamin E. There are different kinds of vitamin E, a couple different kinds. We can get very scientific-y, and Jarvis, I bet you could get very, very scientific-y. But this is a particular vitamin E that is not as readily available in the past as the other kinds. So this one is called a tocotrienol.
Tocotrienol.
Tocotrienol. Say that 3 times real fast. It comes from rice palm, but mainly an annatto plant from South America. It was discovered by a Dr. Barry Tan, who is one of the leading experts in vitamin E since, I think, the 1980s. Gina is holding up his book right now. It's a phenomenal book. He gets a little scientific, but it is well worth the read. Once you read that, you will actually be amazed at what this vitamin E can do. Again, it helps with our immune system, right? And we keep talking about 70 to 80% of the immune system comes from our gut. So you can see, again, we're becoming full circle with the synergistic elements in all these products. So combined with a healthy lifestyle, it can lower lipids, reduce inflammation, protect the liver, promote bone health. Possibly, they believe it can kill cancer cells. We're not stating that this will cure cancer, but there is some strong evidence that this is actually something that can support in helping to prevent and kill cancer cells. So let that sink in for a little bit. When, like Gina said, when you hear that C word, the world stops.
Yep.
And if this is something that can potentially help.
Thank
It's
you.
renewed.
And I'll just add as a guy, I'll add the female component to this. One of the amazing things that I read a lot about, I know that's, hey, I'm good with that. I'm not afraid to talk about those things. Is that for women, premenstrual issues, a menopausal support, all of those things, absolutely phenomenal. Also really great for the prostate as well. So just some amazing positive things about the tocotrienols that are in this versus the old typical tocopherol vitamin E
Yep.
that used to exist today in the alpha and gamma format. And it's just it's just a phenomenal product. I highly recommend you take a look at that Berry Tan book. It is a little sciencey, but it's a quick read, and the benefits are just amazing, especially if you think about fatty liver. Again, all of the benefits that the vitamin E has are just spectacular, right, Lise?
Absolutely. Every major organ. I just tell people, look at your labels. If you're taking vitamin E, everyone I've asked, it's been tocopherol. I'm like, you have to do some research and understanding tocotrienols, and just night and day difference in the molecular level, on the cellular level, on every major organ.
Lisa is doing our stamina product.
So we have two products, one a hot version Mojo and a cold version Zest, and this is really amazing. So my first experience in taking in Mojo or Zest, I actually took the Zest product, and I kind of realized about 2 hours into it, I just had this, I don't even know how to explain it, a very strange, clean sense of energy. I wasn't jittery. I just was, had a ton of energy. Could be very focused. And so when I started digging into the Mojo, the hot version of it, and the Zest, I realized that the first 5 ingredients of these two products are nootropics. If you don't know what nootropics are cognitive health. So the two main focuses of Trinont are gut health and cognitive health. Cognitive health is your brain. The first 5 ingredients are excellent for your brain. It gives you, I had to write it down because there's so many. It's actually excellent for anxiety, for depression, gives you stamina, gives you the ability to focus like you would not believe. One of the nootropics in it is called PEA, and it actually mimics or acts very much like the drug that is given for ADHD. And we actually have success stories of people with ADHD that have replaced their drugs by taking this twice a day, this or the Zest twice a day, because they're able to focus and they have none of the side effects of their ADHD medication. So again, 5 major ingredients in this are nootropics that cognitive health, focus, memory, stamina. It is just an amazing, and it naturally curbs your appetite. So again, we just have to I want to keep reiterating this. These are all natural plant-based products. You're not going to have stimulants in them, nothing like that. It is honestly, well, many people have replaced their coffee in the morning with the Brazilian coffee Mojo. So, and I'm one of them. I actually blend it into my coffee. So, but, and I'll just add this, because a lot of people, there is caffeine in this, but a lot of people don't realize that you can actually have under 300 milligrams of caffeine in a product, and it actually at that point is a nootropic. Once you go over 300 milligrams in a product, it no longer is a nootropic, and that is what makes you jittery. And that's in Zest.
And crash, right?
Yes.
Yep, and being a mother of now a grown man, but any parent who's struggled with a child or is struggling with ADD or ADHD, sometimes they feel like the outcasts in the classroom. People interpret them as naughty. They don't want their kids to hang around with your kid. And then our kids don't want to take the med because they don't like how it makes them feel. This is amazing. So I would highly recommend it. We do like to show this slide because these aren't sugar filled. So you do need a frother when you are making your Mojo hot chocolate coffee or your Zest lemonade. We also have our Enhance, which is a proprietary MCT formula, but we highly recommend using a frother. I always say it's $11.99 on Amazon. I wish I would get paid off of every single time I tell people that. Get the one with the stand, because first I paid $18.99 for the one that laid on its side and the water would go up it and ate the batteries. So get the $11.99 one. Okay.
I get to talk about CBD, right? So I know I'm not asking for you guys to raise your hand, but if you're like me, CBD has been all of the rage, right? Like every time you turn around, there's a new CBD thing. Everybody's talking about CBD in this, CBD in that. And I personally have tried, I think 6 or 7 different CBD products. And after like maybe mentally thinking they were doing something for me, a day or two after that, feeling absolutely nothing and wondering what the heck I just spent all this money for. I've even gone to a private little shop that actually custom makes the CBD for you and supposedly mixes the right blend so that it addresses your particular concerns or particular issues. And I think I spent like $95 on a little tiny dropper full of stuff, and it did absolutely nothing for me. So the only reason that I can talk about this product now is because I ended up buying the platinum package, which Gina will talk about later, which gives you a whole host of other products that are part of that. And the reason I share that beginning part of the story is I would never have bought this product because I've just been like, yeah, CBD is just a gimmick. It doesn't work at all whatsoever. And I will tell you, I am now a believer of our Soothe product and the way we do our CBD. I suffer from anxiety. For those of you who know me, I've been very public about my anxiety and flying. In fact, funny story, I've been flying a lot lately, and I actually flew. And if I'm claustrophobic and I get very anxious about not having a seat, and I always have to sit on the aisle so that I know and see and can do everything. And then I always have to take a pill, an anxiety pill, before I get on the plane. I love to fly. That's not the issue. It's just the anxiety and the buildup of that. I actually flew down in a window seat today to Austin, which no one would ever believe that I would do that, right? Because my anxiety levels have completely dissipated. I'm not off my medication. I'm pulling back on my medication. I didn't take any before I got on the plane today. And I take my Soothe every night, and it completely relaxes me and helps me personally. And so not saying that I can do that for you. I'm just telling you my experience, and I have been really thrilled with our Soothe. I will tell you, though, it does not taste good. It is gross, just flat out gross. I'm being honest about it, but you know what? I'll take gross stuff if it helps me, right? And this stuff helps me tremendously. The way we formulate it is a whole flower CBD fluid that is water compatible. And most of the time, organizations don't use the whole flower. They extract particular parts of the CBD plant to make their product. We use a whole flower. About 90% of the active hemp cannabinoids are utilized in our Soothe product, and it is water soluble, so it doesn't need an oil base to do that. It's water soluble, so it absorbs into your system, and the uptake is absolutely spectacular. So just absolutely an amazing product. It is. I love how they say on this thing that it's full spectrum flavor. Oh, it is. It has got flavor. There's no doubt about that. But truly, when you look at the science around our Soothe product, and I'm not going to dive into too deep because we have obviously we want to be careful of time. But I will tell you this: you will find no better product out there today that is a CBD based product. We also use the CBD oil in Relief, which is a product that we use as a cream, a lotion to help achy muscles and things along those lines, which is a great product as well. But I am 100% sold on our CBD. The way we utilize the whole flower in this process and the water soluble nature of our process just gives it an absolutely different absorption rate than any other CBD that you've had in the market today. So back to you, Gina.
I just want to add in for those of you that might struggle with migraines. So when I literally got my kit, I had a friend of mine who has chronic migraines, like hospitalized for days. He was on his 5th day of massive pain. I took my bottle of Soothe and drove it to his wife, who is a doctor. And because he's very tall, I suggested 4 drops instead of the 2 drops. Well, he was feeling pretty good. He went down to the 2 drops twice a day. He just ordered his 3rd bottle. And he said nothing ever has helped his migraines like the Soothe CBD. There are no, so I understand the extraction because I've worked for a company, we produce CBD. Most CBD like drops are going to be blended with an MCT oil or with a hemp seed oil. It's a carrier oil, and carrier oils can do great things. But for what CBD does, when you have just the oil from the extraction of the flower, it's an immediate, you're using 2 drops instead of a dropper full. And so it immediately is absorbed, and the cannabinoids from that just go to work immediately.
And I will bring us home.
Yep. Can I add one more thing, Gina?
Yeah, of course.
Just want to clarify something, and this goes for all of us speaking here tonight, is that we just want to make sure that you know that no one here is suggesting that you stop or replace your medications. Obviously always consult with your doctor or pharmacist if you have any concerns. So we just wanted to be clear about that.
Thank you. This is a photograph of what Chris and I were taking every day. I show this for so many reasons, because one, I'll hear, oh, it costs so much. Well, I guess that's all relative, but this is $56. This is the highest, most premium quality digestive enzyme and probiotic and prebiotic. Nutrition label to nutrition label. Go add up what you're spending on those 3 products. We don't realize how often we're grabbing things off the shelves of different stores. It's just not all at one time. Look at the crap we were taking, literally. Advocare Slim, Advocare Spark, whey protein, terrible for you. Manufactured synthetic vitamin E, I peed it right out. Calcium, my gummies for my 1 a day because I didn't like swallowing pill. I mean, just look at it. Zinc. At the end of the day, we didn't even really need zinc because you're getting so much in your food. We were taking too much during COVID, which then eats the copper in your body, which is what you need for your equilibrium. So I love showing that because you have no idea what Chris and I spent. There's my little focus right there. This is what it converted to. It's just crazy. Now I'm going to talk about the business. How do you get started? Why would you want to do this? Well, first of all, you can just be a customer. We're happy. We love customers. And you can go to anybody who invited you to this, and you go to their website, just like you would go to Dick's Sporting Goods or potterybarn.com. You order the products you want, put them in your cart, check out. But what we love so much, the 4 of us, I will speak on behalf of myself. I make multiple 6 figures. Everybody's in it for a different reason, a different why. And for me, at 58 years old, and with my amazing position I have in career at Pella, it's going to have to be pretty lucrative for any spare time I have that I'm going to devote that time to it. And I'm a brand new grandma for the first time. So I will tell you, for me, the money is crazy. Just in September alone, I made $22,000. I didn't start there. It's not a drive-through, we have a drive-through mentality sometimes where we want instant gratification. There was work put into this, but I'm addicted to these products and what it's done for me physically. So there are two platforms now where you can make money on one or the other or both. So first, I like to show the customers. So for people who do not want to ever build a team, do not want to recruit, they just want to have their own little online store for people, you literally can do that. And they are paying you down in the bottom right-hand corner. Every product has a point value to it. And based on what you sell every month, however many points it is, you get that percentage of commission. Also, you now get this is all brand new as of October 1st. You also, based on those points, get monthly bonuses on top of your commission. These are consumable products. Trust me, listeners, once you start, you can't stop. The four of us freak out if we're even coming close to running low. You can come to my house. I am never running low again, ever, ever, ever. So your customers will be your customers for a lifetime. If you want to do the other side of the business, it's where you grow a team. These three amazing people are, I'm so proud to say, part of my team. We have literally the fastest growing team in 5 countries. I'm not good at a lot of things, but I'll tell you, I'm good at cooking, and I'm good at teaching, training, and showing and building a team. And that's what we know how to do. We're really good at it. So you can see it's very lucrative. The bonuses, I personally am an emerald. So now I can earn on this side of it for what customers I have based on what my commission is. And I can earn based on total volume. Then what my team does. It's crazy. And so the four of us choose to do both sides of the business. Another way, we get paid in 7 different ways. Crazy. There's no glass ceiling, trust me. It's motivating. So one of them is if you drive a Jeep and it's 5 years or younger, or if it's a Wrangler and it's 7 years or younger, or you're willing to drive a Jeep, literally at the very first rank of Jade here, now it's the second because they added a brand new one. You barely have to do anything. I always forget. You are at the Jeep qualification. So to give you an idea of how fast that can happen, I literally could have had the Jeep qualification in 48 hours of starting this business in February. So it is a $350 a month Jeep stipend, and all you have to do is show that you own the Jeep or you lease it, that it's in your name. That's it. And once you get to the Pearl level, and again, I ended Pearl my very first month, my first 3 weeks, because I didn't do anything the first week of February. I was ready to Pearl, so it goes up to 500 and it stays at 500. Okay. So I always love showing this. Here's our beautiful Anne. And she might get embarrassed or not like when I say it, but the reality is I'm really good. I have a team, but I'll give myself credit on this. We do a great job at Pella, and John Joseph Kalwerts has a pretty nice life. He's worked his cabootsie off and owns Pella. Miss Ann could have any vehicle in the whole wide world she wants. Well, and she does. They have a big driveway, and lots of garage space. But she earned the Jeep. And there's a big difference. And that is the Jeep. Did you get it yet, Ann? Has it arrived?
Not yet, pretty close.
Okay. So that's so exciting. And then Tina is one of Ann's first teammates that she brought on. She's far more humble than I am. She drives up to Ann's house just a couple months ago, and And it's like, you have a Trinant Jeep? She never said a word. She earned that 3 weeks into the business. She went and got her Jeep. We're proud to say we have numerous Jeep drivers now. So that's just fun. And there's so many different models of Jeep. I like to show this because some of you know me. You would never believe I can run the businesses I run. So I'm in this business. I didn't even remember what it was called. Sonara Brown is who brought me into the business. And long story short, but Chris and I couldn't get into our mailbox for about 7 weeks and didn't know that it was being delivered in some special big mailbox. We get home, go through our big pile of mail, and all these checks are sitting there. I earned $5,000 in my first month. My first 2 weeks, I didn't even remember it was called Trinant. I was just so excited about the products because these high impact products, you feel the results right away. So I'm like, if I can do that when I don't even know what it's called, game on. So I say, whoops, sorry. How do you get started? It's a platinum bundle. I would never recommend less than a platinum bundle if you can. You can see it's $912. You get almost the entire product line with it. It's a month supply, and you also get your back office, and that means your website, all your reports, every single solitary thing a company would need. It's $1,700 worth of products for $912. And like Jarvis said, had he not gotten the platinum bundle, he would never have thought to try here the Soothe. For me, I never thought I had a gut issue, never. But then of course I did, right? I have a precancerous condition in my esophagus, which I'm proud to say all the cells are gone, clean. And also colon issues. I lost weight my first month and I went down 1 clothes size. It's very common for people to do that using the enzyme. There's so many things here. So I want you to put it into perspective. If you were to start a boutique, okay, in your quaint little Wauwatosa, Delafield, wherever you are, De Pere, wherever you are, you're going to need to get the brick and mortar. You're going to need to get all of the clothes and all of the sizes, all of the accessories, the staff, the computers, the back office, the accountant, the insurance. Think of what that costs. Oh, and by the way, we got to pay for advertising. I can tell you firsthand, it's super expensive. And just to hope to buy 1 pair of pants in one of the sizes, okay? And then you hope someone comes in. This is $912 just in September earned me $22,000. I would say it was a great return of my investment. And you saw all the crap that was on my counter before, synthetic manufactured. So we have stats that if you want to do the business side of this, buying this main package, which with almost everything and the big savings, we have metrics that you will be the most successful in our business because now you can try, touch, feel, see everything, okay? There are some smaller bundles you could pick from. I will tell you what customers at Pella tell me. It's so crazy how parallel these two businesses are. Pella customers so often have buyer's remorse, not because of what they bought or what they spent. It's what they didn't buy. Once we're doing the install, they're like, why didn't I do the whole house? I have my people constantly saying, why didn't I get the platinum package? Because then they ended up going and buying the rest of the stuff and not getting it at that nice discount. So how I will wrap up is reach out to the person who invited you to this. And we don't like to just give you our websites because we're not about just having you go buy a tub of something. We want to hear what are your concerns so we can properly get you whatever the products are you need. If you're interested in the business or we've piqued your curiosity just a little, I will work with you and whoever invited you. It's my favorite thing to do. So I'm going to say thank you because I'm going to shut the recording off before we get to the questions. Jarvis, are you so proud? I'm gonna
I had
stop.
my finger on my unmute button so that I could